Vancouver councilor defends attendance record after selling local home buying property in Okanagan? What the?
Okay, let's unpack this. Vancouver politics isn't always funny, but this is funny. Sad, but also funny. So we need to talk about Brian Montague. He's a Vancouver city councilor with Ken Sim's ABC party, and he's mostly made a name for himself for not being very interested in his job. Justin McElroy said Brian appears to enjoy being a councilor less than any he's ever covered. Brian has a terrible attendance record. He's missed 65 votes since April this year. Early on in his term, he made news for wearing a thin blue line patch, and when he does show up, his main interest seems to be opposing traffic safety measures. Last year, some children made some art about climate change, and Brian said it was intimidating. So he hasn't exactly acted with distinction as a city councilor. But here's where it gets funny. We know that Brian, when he was elected, didn't live in the city of Vancouver at all. He lived in North Van. Well, Isabella Zavaries just broke a story that in March 2024, he sold his home in North Van and bought one in Kelowna. He's just announced that he's not going to run for the election next year, so he seems to be totally checked out from the job and the city. But here's where it gets sad. This is typical for Ken Sim's ABC party. Remember that ABC didn't have open nominations for their councilors. Ken Sim selected Brian Montague to be on his team. Ken Sim also has a terrible attendance record, and he seems more interested now in doing Bitcoin podcasts and conferences than in being mayor. I mean, this is him doing some Bitcoin podcast from the mayor's office. He has called Bitcoin the greatest invention in human history. He suggested that Bitcoin will stop war because you can't invade to steal Bitcoin. I mean, Vancouver is facing real challenges, and we need to do better than this.